fixed, so that didn't matter if you were in a small village or in a big city, you had to pass the same exams. So education was really good, but also it was really tough because again, you graduated from a high school, and before you even graduated from a high school, you had to make a decision what you're going to do with your life. You know, choose the career for the rest of your life. You cannot change later on, no matter what, because they had a certain amount of openings in universities and in colleges, and they had the same amount of people coming out after 4 or 5 years, and there was exactly the same amount of openings. So you had to decide before you turn 18 what you want to do. When you turn 18, you had a right to vote. Yeah, we did vote. It didn't matter because it was fixed, but we had to vote. We had to sign the list when we went to vote because, again, they controlled everything, and it looks nice. Then we had a free choice, which was a total lie. So 18, it was a magic number. You could vote, you could get married, you could be drafted to army, and you had to make sure what you want to do for the rest of your life. That was 18. And at 18, you also we get like a little passport, sort of, which was an address in it, and where we work, and we had to carry it with us all the time. We did not have unemployment. Everybody had to work for a government. Didn't matter that they didn't produce nothing. Didn't matter if they come and being drunk and do nothing. They were working. We did not have unemployment. We did not have not working people. Everybody had to work for a system. When you graduated from a high school, you had to pass another exam to go to the college, and you graduated from a college, and then they send you away. What they're trying to do, they were trying to break up families. So after graduating, they would not let you choose where you want to work. They send you far away from a family for 3-4 years, depends. And in the meantime, again, probably you start, having family and all this stuff. So there was a hope that you're going to stay somewhere else. They tried to break up families because family ties were very strong. Whatever schools were teaching us, whatever they were brainwashing us with, that was undone at home. And we did, like I said, family, we didn't have peer pressure. Family was the strongest. We had to listen to it. We didn't have runaways. Where would you run away to? You had to stick together to survive. So family ties were very strong. And I think that was one of the things which kind of break the system, because the family was strong. And also I think Polish people have in their blood to be fighters, to fight against oppressors, because we had to do this for centuries basically. So for us, fighting with the government was nothing new. And we tried a few times, and of course always government put a lid on it, and some people lost lives, and it was the same, like churches were always the place when they were trying to kind of teach us and try to show us what government is doing to us, and few priests also lost lives. So it was really very scary, very scary. We didn't think much about it then because you just try to survive, basically. I was the lucky one to get out, and whenever we watched the movies and we saw something about America, I said, oh my God, it's such a wonderful place. Everybody wanted to go out, but of course it was almost impossible to get out from Poland. They sealed the borders so well, and Georgian probably is going to tell you better about how well they sealed the borders and everything, that nobody could get out. And I always say, if it was such a wonderful system, how come they had to seal the borders so nobody can get out? Well, in here we have to seal, we don't, but we should seal the borders so people don't come in. Something is not right here. So anyway, like I said, I graduated, I was a nurse, got married, usual thing. And then, because like I said, thinking about, getting out somehow, and of course doing everything very secretly, we did not talk to anybody about it. My husband was lucky to get out to Canada in 78. And from Canada with some kind of sports group. He was no sportsman or anything like that, but he just got, connections, and that's how he ended up in Canada. And from Canada, with the help of his friends, he ended up here. I stayed behind with my son, and start working to get out also. Was a little bit easier for me because they didn't register anywhere that he was not in America, that he went to Canada, so I could get to America. And that's how I came here in 1980 when everything started, the solidarity movement started happening in Poland, which I didn't know really what was happening. I found out mostly when I came here, what was going on back in Poland. But our son had to stay behind. I could not bring him in because, you know, they would be suspicious, then suddenly mother and the son tried to get out. I mean, some people tried as a family to escape, and usually they were trying to do like a summertime, as a family go abroad on the vacation, so-called, and they would take whatever in the car, and like I said, again, very secretly and just get out. But it was very hard, and you had to bribe a lot of people to do that. It was almost impossible to get out. So like I said, I was the lucky one to come here, and when we both were here, we went to immigration and fill up all the papers for our son to come here, because those days they had an agreement between the United States and Poland, then they cannot separate families. So they could release him to us. And he came in beginning of '83 here. So finally, after 3 years, 2 years and a half for me, and 4 years and something for my husband, finally we were all together. Which was, very joyful. They all look at us and said, "Mom, you changed." I said, "Yeah, kiddo, I did." So yeah, usual struggle here, trying to build up life here. Where when you come with the two suitcases and not much of anything, you start from the bottom. But we never complain. I never thought I came to the country to somebody going to roll the red carpet for me. I'm going to be given something. I was happy that I had a chance to get out and build a life here. And sometimes people ask me, "Well, so you come to this country to be free?" And I said, "What do you mean?" I didn't understand what freedom means. I didn't understand what it is, because we never had it in Poland. It took me a while to understand what it is. And then I got kind of scared, because I look around and I thought, oh my gosh, people are so good here and so gullible that it's a matter of time somebody's going to start taking advantage of that. And sure enough, unfortunately, I was right. And I started seeing a sign of communism in this country probably 20-some years ago, and like I said, I don't even recall what it was. When I saw that we're losing our freedom. Not even losing, we're just giving away in the name of safety, in the name that we should help each other, or whatever government is selling to us. And I got frightened, so of course I said, okay, I gotta give something back to this great country. And I started preaching, and people kind of had enough of me, because I was trying to wake them up, and it was very hard because people didn't want to listen to me. In 1986, I got my green card, so I was legal. And then I was, 85, and amnesty came in '86, and I was thinking, oh, something is not right here. I did all the hard work, did everything myself, and it wasn't a pleasant experience, but then again, I didn't expect anybody to welcome me with all, but it was my choice, and I was happy that I could stay here. And suddenly we have this amnesty, and I said, okay, so I did all this work for what? For nothing, but I said, okay, fine. We got this, all people legalized, from now on we're not going to have a problem. Well, unfortunately, we have a bigger problem right now, because we did not seal the borders. And in the meantime, we start getting all those people who, instead of appreciating what this country offers, they're coming and taking advantage. And it just drives me nuts when I see that. In 1989, we became a citizen. And the first thing we did, we registered ourselves to be able to vote. And that was one of the things that I wanted to be a citizen, because I said, I don't want to be a second-class citizen without being able to vote. I came to this country, I want to vote, and I'm going to be involved in the whole process. And I registered as a Republican, because from the beginning I saw the Democrats as a communist. To me, it was totally obvious.